On the phone to comment on these new Pap test recommendations is Dr. Kelly Manahan. Dr. Manahan, what's your take?
I think sometimes, I think often, when things are reported on TV or in newspapers, there's this, and we saw this in our office, there was this panic. Fine, they're not even going to let me get a Pap test anymore? No, that's not what it's saying. In the guidelines, what they say is women age 30 and older who have had 3 consecutive negative Pap tests, then you can back off on the screening. If you're 30 years old and you have an abnormal Pap test, then you don't fall in that category. You get tested more frequently. These recommendations would apply to those who have normal Pap tests. These recommendations are not for those who have had abnormal Pap tests for years on end or who have had a history of cervical cancer, for goodness sakes. These are for the population that have had normal results.
So what's the reasoning behind these new recommendations?
One of the reasons that these recommendations came out is because there has been so much over-treatment of low grade. So much over-treatment. Almost always, and by almost always I mean about 70% of the time, we'll learn how to clear that virus and clear the effects of that virus. If I remove those minimally abnormal low-grade cells with a surgical procedure, I've done nothing to take away the virus. The virus is still there. And so now I've taken cells that you probably would have gotten rid of on your own that are abnormal. I've taken a piece of your body, and that virus is still there and probably is going to cause other low-grade cells now. Do I go back and remove more and more and more? And then that's what patients have had done. This was a very unified guideline. This isn't one leadership group coming out and saying this is what we think you should do. Reading the data that this study group that looked at this, led by Dr. Waxman, the American College of OBGYN looked at it, our Society of Gynecologic Oncology looked at it, the American Cancer Society looked at it, and all were in agreement that the data really did support these guidelines. This is actually a lot of groups together that are in agreement on this.
Well, we thank Dr. Manahan for her time, and as always, for more information, go to wordoncancer.org.